Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to GP4. I'm back. For one time only. It's Mantle. I'm back. Hello everyone. Welcome to GP4. First out on track, who is that? I need to bring everything back up. I haven't done this for a while, so bear with me today everyone. There we go, get that up, get up. It's the Ferrari out first. Who is it? Mark Worthy, I believe. Yes, it is. I'm turning the audio down a little bit. First time streaming on this game, so bear with me. Audio settings, turn that right down. Let's go to 5. Boom, boom, boom. Pause. No, wrong one. Crap. Pardon my language. Pause that. Boom. Let's go. Right, Mark Worthy back out on track first in the Ferrari. So, yeah. Glad to be back. For one time only, I guess. I am only on my own today as well. 18 drivers. We're missing an Aston Martin and an Alpha Tauri. So while Mark Worthy, well, we'll stay with Mark Worthy and we'll have a look at the standings as well. So bear with me 1 second to get the standings loaded up. I hope you can all hear me alright as well. There we go. Right, so leading away on 162 points is the admin for GP4. That is S11 Mad G. In second we've got Dan KD La with 152 points, 10 points behind Mad G. So Dan closes that gap on Mad G by after Mad G did not finish last week, whereas Dan finished second. And yes, I have been following this division closely, so I'm one of the stewards for this division. So in third place as well, we've got SFR the Vicar in 107, Mr. Wheels in 4th, with Gitload in 5th, Sefu in 6th, Subby Zero in 7th, with Mark Worthy in 8th, Podge in 9th, McHarry in 10th, and then we've got Biff 11th, Teggy 12th, Flexi Banam, I think that's how you pronounce him, in 13th, Bobcat 14th, Mohammed Gunas 15th, Kildrebert in 16th, SFR NSFHW in 17th, MK Mel 18th, Golden Wolf 19th, and Lewis in the 20th position spot, yet to score a point, as well as Golden Wolf. And the top 3 in the constructors are Mercedes with 259, Ferrari 172, and Alpine with 160. So that is your standing for GP4. As Mark Worthy, he's on really low ERS already, 6% normally. So it looks, I'm guessing he's used some ERS on his outlap by the looks of it. Because we're around the final corner now, he will set the banker time of 1 minute 38.2. And the Aston Martin of, where is he? Golden Wolf. Where is he? Where is he? There it is. He's actually coming into the pits. So the Red Bull. Oh no, Gizlodian actually goes into. I'm not very good at that one, so I'm not doing that. I attempted it, but I failed. So got Kildrebert actually crossing the line with 37.3. Gizlodian at the moment with 35.776. We'll go with the championship leader of Mad G. Coming down the back straight. Probably the main DRS straight, as well as the main overtaking opportunity, as well as going down to turn 1. The Vicar with 35.8. Mr. Wiggle is going to third with 36.3. Dan has retired in the pits by the looks of it. Set view with 35.7. Here comes Mad G now around the final corner. We've got a Haas to spin around there on to the left. and Maggi will go into the 5th position spot with the 36.227. So good luck there from Sefu, 35.7. Super Wario, he is one of the reserves in GP4. I think he's the only reserve today as well. Super Wario in the Red Bull. We've got Biff, who has validated his first lap of the day. Mohamed Guna coming across the line now, and he will go past this for quite a long distance, 7 tenths. Near enough with the 35.076. So as I said, Biff. So McCarry is probably the next one to cross the line. Yeah, he is the next one to cross the line. Final corner for McCarry, sorry. McCarry is going to second with 35.6. And the only person that will not be participating in qualifying today is Bobcat. He has a qualifying ban. So he will not be setting that lap time, as well as Dan. It seems like Dan will be starting right at the back of the grid, depending if Biff and Golden Wolf can both set a lap time. We'll go with Super Wario. As he looks like, I'm guessing he's just invalidated his lap time, and then he might be on another one. I'm not 100% sure on that. Felix has invalidated his lap as well. Sector 1 is probably the most difficult out of the whole track. So everyone pretty much now set their first banker lap time. Still a couple of guys still to do that. Out laps or whatever. So we've got my G fan in the chat. Formula 7 racing. Seems like he's a massive fan of Maggi at the moment. As Dan, he says his wheel has died and he hasn't raced his pad all season. So I'm guessing he's racing on pad this evening. That's probably the reason why he crashed out. So Super Wario done in the Red Bull. He's about to complete his first lap of the day. Doesn't look like it's going to be competitive though. No, it's not. It's going to be a 1 minute 41.746. But it, you know, you might as well get a banker lap time in. Just so you know, you got a lap on the board, and you're definitely not starting from last. Podge is on a lap as well. Podge at the start of the season was really in contention for that Drivers' Championship, but not having the look recently. Of course, winning 3 races in a row at the start of the season, and now he's not really having much luck at all now. Things might change for him today though, never know. As Podge now comes to the final corner, DRS wide open, and he will go into second with a 1 minute 35.170. So people now starting to get closer to Mohamed Guna's time. Mohamed Guna is looking strong early on, as people now are starting their second laps of qualifying. So Felix is next up. Felix's time at the moment at 37.255. He's low on ERS again, so it does look like ERS has used quite a lot of ERS up. That's what I'm trying to say. as he does improve by about 2 tenths, but doesn't improve his position. 7 tenths he needs to make if he wants to change position. Mr. Wiggles, he's currently about 7 tenths up on his lap time at the moment. So he's had a really strong sector 1, as there's a lot of cars now coming down the back straight. Subby 0. I don't know if he's just started a lap. Yes, he has just started a lap. My G about to start his lap soon, but I think we'll stay with Felix. No, it wasn't Felix. Mr. Wiggles, his teammate. He's 1.2 seconds up at the moment. So at the moment, this could be pole position. Oh, as he nearly gets loose on the exit. Well, he does get loose on the exit, so it might cost him a bit of time. He's got some traffic ahead of him as well. So Williams gets away out the way very well indeed. He's got McLaren in front as well. Might get in the way. No, they're not going to get in the way. So Mr. Wiggles, he will go to third with a 35.381. He might have got distracted by a bit of traffic in the final sector, but still a very strong lap. He goes up to P3 with that lap. So we'll go with... who should we go with this time? What, Biff? Biff. He's a second down. I think he's just completed the lap. To be fair, yes he has. Golden Wolf. Oh, perfect timing. Golden Wolf goes up to P11. 37.3. As Maggi's got an Alpine ahead of him. That looks a bit... It is Biff. And Maggi currently about 9 tenths up on his lap time. So 9 tenths, wow. 35-1 at this stage, so it's going to be close between him and Podge if he's nailed sector 3. But again, he's got that Alpine ahead of him. That might get in the way of his lap. But he comes around the final corner now, and he does actually go pole with a 34.7, 3 tenths quicker than Mohamed Guna. Mohamed Guna is also on a lap though. He's a tenth up on his time, a bit wide through the penultimate corner, but he comes through the final corner now. He opens the DRS right now, and will he improve? Yes, he will. A 34.748, 400th of a second quicker than Maggi. So Mohamed Guna looking strong here today. We've got a couple of guys now on the slow end lap or out lap. We've got McCarry, who has just started a lap time. McCarry for a bit. Let's see how he gets on in sector 1. Sector 1 time is about 2.5 tenths up on his time. People are now going to be starting to get prepared for their final lap of qualifying before we get into the main event. McCarry coming down the not pit straight. It's not a pit straight. Why did I just call it a pit straight? It's not a pit straight. The main straight where you are going to overtake. We see a lot of overtakes today anyway. You should see it down towards, I don't know what corner it is, but that long straight anyway. Oh, I forgot to turn my notifications off. Oops. Sorry. Oh well. McCarry then, he's going to come around the final corner. Well, he's going to go P4 with a 35.094. Close to the 34s, but just misses out on those. Mr. Wiggles on and out lap. What about his teammate? Felix, same again. Mark Werty. Letting him McLaren through of Harry as Maggi has retired in the pit, so he thinks that will be it for his qualifying. Podge has invalidated. The Vicar coming into the pits. Golden Wolf. An outlap. 5th outlap. Not worthy outlap. Super Wario. What's that name? Super Wario. About to begin a lap? What's he doing? That's the wall. What is he doing? No idea, but okay. Kildrebert is on the lap. Half a second up. On in sector 1 time. I'm going to try and do what Tim does in GP2. You know what I mean. When I'm able to get to it. How far is Lewis away? Oh, he's come out for bits. Come on. Right. Who is it? Who is it? It's just... Right, Golden Wolf just started the lap. I'm going to go quiet. Enjoy the lap. As he invalidates. So, yeah, I was trying to do what Tim does, where he goes silent for the lap. And I need to bring everything back. There we go. Back up. Yes, that's fine. Where he goes silent for a lap. He used to do it. Doesn't do it very often anymore. But McCarry got a half spin round. McCarry is finished. As Mr. Wiggles, while I was staying silent, Mr. Wiggles went hold. Come on, notifications out of the way. There we go. 1 minute 34.423. I will turn notifications off when we're loading into the main race. So you will get a blue screen. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, deal with it. Felix then. Actually, no, Kildrebert because he's about to complete a lap. No, he has not. So back to Felix. He's 1.3 seconds down, so I don't think he's actually gone a lap. But he's going to come around anyway. Because Lodi and McCarry were unable to get Mr. Wiggles' time. Sub-Zero is pretty much the last one to complete a lap time. He is the last one. Apart from Mr. Wiggles and Mr. Wiggles, I don't think he's actually on a lap. Mr. Wiggles, no, it's not Mr. Wiggles, it's Subby. Subby goes to 10th. With 10th, he doesn't actually improve, so stays 10th. And I think that is, yeah, that's qualifying done. So go through the results and then I'll turn notifications off for the race. Can't remember how many laps there is, about 28 laps, I think it is. while we wait for Mr. Wiggles, get through the results, and then we'll be on to the main race. 18 people. That's quite a good attendance today, to be fair. So here we go then. The official qualifying results for the GP4 Season 11 series. Mr. Wiggles will start on pole position. Mohammed Guna right behind him. Maggi third. Gizload in fourth. McCarry fifth. Podge sixth. Lelix in seventh. Safiu in eighth. Vicker in ninth. Sub-Zero 10th. Biff 11th. Gilgebert in 12th. Gordon Wolf 13th. Mark Worthy 14th. Superwary 15th. Lewis 16th. Bobcat in 17th with a quali ban. And Dan in 18th position. Looking to gain more points on Maggi if he can. Right. Blue screen for a second. I'm going to turn notifications off so we don't get a massive black box in the left hand corner because I forgot to turn it off. Right, they're off. Boom. Back to main. There we go. We're back. I am speed. Not really. Yeah. Do we have rain? Do we have rain? No, it's cloudy. Ooh. It's cloudy but no rain. Dry. Do 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 do. I don't know what to say while waiting for people strategies. Do 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 do. What the Aston Martin safety car? Trying to think what things to say. It's cloudy. Nice view of the garages. Strategy, probably medium hard. I'm guessing. I see mediums in Maggi's garage. I don't know if that means he's going to start on mediums or what, but yeah, it's mediums there. Do 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 do. Ooh, Super Wario and Gilgebert using the same number, number 2. Maggi. The new Kimi Raikkonen. 7. And we're starting in 25 seconds. Woohoo! Imagine Kimi Raikkonen at Mercedes. Oh, I guess he's a bit. It'll be a bit like his Ferrari days, I think. In the second part of his Ferrari days. A bit like Valtteri Bottas, I would say. Kimi Raikkonen would be if he was in a Mercedes. And we have got the formation lap back underway. Woohoo! Right, tyres. Ooh, okay. Top 2 mediums. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the hard compound tyres. That is Maggi. Both Mercedes, actually. McCarry on the hard, Podgin on the hard. Just a few on the hard, and everyone else on the medium tyre. Particularly pit stop strategy, medium hards, as expected, as it probably is every other race now. I think there's like, I can't remember what track it was, but there's one, pretty sure there's one race where you actually use the soft tyres in a scheduled pit stop. I think it's like a soft hard or a soft medium. No, it won't be a soft medium, it will be a soft hard strategy, I think. I can't remember what circuit it was though. It's got me thinking, what circuit is it now? Saudi Arabia, maybe? Could be Saudi. I think it might be. Could be. Who knows? So round 12. So we got what? 8 races left, plus 2 sprint races. Got a sprint race coming up in Brazil, I think. Yeah, Brazil, and then one on the final race of the season. No, it's not Abu Dhabi. It's Great Britain. Our final race of the season. Round 20, I think that is. So, let's say 13 races to go. I'm counting the sprint races as a half a race. Pretty much is 25% distance, I would say. And Mr. Wiggles really has pulled a gap on Hamaguna. So he really wants to get this race underway. Mr. Wiggles, do not get disqualified. Oh, perfect stop from Mr. Wiggles. What about Mohamed Guna? Mind you, if you get disqualified right now, you will start on ice cold tyres, which is not good. And Mohamed Guna. Oh, Gizmodi gets disqualified. Oh dear. I can't really. We have front wing view. Same with Biff, so they're going to start on freezing cold tyres. Not good. Dan is the last one, and there we go. I don't want front wing view. I've still got front wing view, but anyway, 3, 5 red lights in the air, and we're off. Let's change. I don't want. Why do we have? I don't know what's going on. I don't want front wing cam. I hate this. There we go. Oh, we got a dive bomb from the Williams and Mohamed Guna. I think Mohamed Guna got a terrible start by the looks of it. He started P2. Matt G straight into the lead on those hard tyres. Cyan P3 now into the lead. Mr. Wiggles right behind him. Got a yellow flag. There's a lot of cars behind. There's a Red Bull that's gone round. I think that's Mohamed Guna. Yes, he's lost his front wing. McCarry's there. Dan's able to go up to P12. I can't talk. Bobcat in 11th with his qualifying ban. So both Dan and Bobcat got a very good start. We'll go on board with Mr. Wiggles because he's about 4 tenths off Mad G. So he might have a go here down to turn whatever it is. Will he make a move? No, he's not. Sensible there from Mr. Wiggles, but of course. Still a long race to go. There's somebody around. Who is that? That's Podge round. Podge is round. So unfortunate there for him. As Biff overtakes him. So Mohamed Guna in third. Mr. Wiggles second. Maggi in first position. Just exactly where he wants to be to try and extend his championship lead. And it'll be by a full 26 points. I was waiting for him for that. But yeah, 26 points on Dan. Dan currently P12. Got Biff in the pits at the moment. Ooh. Mr. Wiggles trying to get a switchback move on Mad G. I thought they were going side by side by that camera angle, but they actually wasn't. So 1.8, these two have made a gap on Mohamed Guna. Mohamed Guna pretty much on his own at the moment. As Super Wario and Biff both in the pits. Super Wario going on to the soft tyres, Biff onto the hards. Dan has now moved up to P11, right behind Bobcat. DRS is not enabled just yet, it will be enabled next lap. As I think Dan gets a better exit than Bobcat. As I said, DRS will not be enabled. So it does look like Dan is on pad by his steering movement. I guess he is used to more on the wheel than the pad. Yeah, he's on pad. I would say McCarry making a move on Lewis. towards Lewis. Nearly goes into the back of him. Avoids him very well. Sub-0. About 4/10 off from Felix. Expect track limit penalties around here as well. Sector 1, as I said. Oh, gives loading's gone at a massive moment. Which is going to give Felix the chance now to overtake DRS when being able right now. Mr. Wiggles is close to Maggi. Maggi goes to defensive. Mr. Wiggles is trying to get the cutback move once again like he did in the previous lap, but again it doesn't work. Maggi gets the better exit. As Subby and both Felix going side by side. Felix keeps that P5 position. Felix is not able to get the overtake done on Gives Loading after Gives Loading's mistake. Mohamed Guna again just on his own at the moment. 1.6 seconds behind Mr. Wiggles and 3 seconds ahead of Gives Loading. Dan's moved up to P10 now after getting past Bobcat. Got yellow flag in sector 1, but we'll stay with Mr. Wiggles. DRS, of course, is now enabled, so now he has a chance to get past Maggi for the lead of this race. Here he comes then. Mr. Wiggles moves over to the left. Should be nice and easy. Clean move. There we go. Mr. Wiggles now into the lead. Maggi slotting him right behind him. Maggi, all he needs to do is to stay with him. Of course, Maggi on hard tyres and Mr. Wiggles on medium tyres, so there's advantage medium tyres at this stage of the race. But Maggi expects him to come forwards towards the end of this race, as both Golden Wolf and Vicker going side by side. Golden Wolf getting past Vicker. Of course, Vicker in that P3 position, not yet out of the championship, but it's quite far behind. As there we go, we got our first track limit warning for Sub-0. 3-0 penalty. He's currently running in P6 behind Felix at the moment, and Mr. Wiggles now gets a faster lap, and now over a second on Maggi. Mohamed Guna, I think he's starting to close in to Maggi as well. As Setfew gets past Gilbert, that P12 position, McCarry right behind him as well. Gilbert all over the place in that Maggots and Beckett section, but it's pretty much is Maggots and Beckett through that area of the track. But Maggi still in DRS of Mr. Wiggles. He's going to gain some time. Is he actually going to go try and make a move? Oh, he's going to go. He's going for it. The side by side, Mr. Wiggles leaves the space, and I think he's got a move done. Great move there from Maggi. Maggi, I hope he's got a move done there on Mr. Wiggles. Well, I think Mr. Wiggles probably wasn't expecting that from Maggi. So Mr. Wiggles again back behind Maggi. These two looking very strong. It looks like it's going to be a battle between these two throughout the whole of this race. I was going to say with them actually, these top two guys. Mohamed Guna just there in the background. I think Mr. Wiggles will probably go for this move once again. Mr. Wiggles move towards the left hand side. Side by side. Again, very clean by both of them. Maggi able to keep that position. Mohamed Guna just under a second now. He will become a threat as soon as he gets into that DRS. As Podge has got overtaken by Sub-0, I believe. But Mohamed Guna now in DRS. Mr. Wiggles seems to be the faster guy at this stage of the race. But you just can't break the DRS of Maggi when he's in front. He should get the move done once again on Maggi, just like he did a couple of laps ago, and he gets the move done. Will Maggi try and fight him? Yes, he will. Maggi's going to try and go around the outside, and again trying to get the cutback move, but couldn't really get the exit on that he needed. Mr. Wiggles moves up to that first position spot once again. So good yo-yo battle between these two at the moment. Very clean, very nice driving by the pair of them. So they keep that up. Mohamed Guna, like I said, in that DRS now. Gizlodian about 4 seconds behind that, the top 3. And Felix, Sub-Zero, Podge, and Gizlodian all in this battle for P4. So we're seeing already a lot of red flashing lights around this circuit. I think that might prove that it is very hard to harvest your ERS, so it looks like you have to be very careful around this track with the ERS. Oh, Podge! I thought he was actually closer than he was actually. I thought he was going to go for a move there on Sub-Zero. But as Felix goes wide, it might give Subby the chance to go for a move. He backs out of that for now. The yellow flag for Lewis. By the looks of it, Lewis is really struggling here. Get a nice helicopter view of the circuit. Oh, got a yellow flag. Who's that round? That's Golden Wolf round. So Golden Wolf has made a mistake. That moves the lights of Dan up to P9. Subby and Felix going side by side. Subby getting a better exit at the final quarter. Subby gets the move done. And Podge looks like he's going to try and make a move on Felix. Side by side going into this section of corners. Oh, that was close. Podge literally had to cut that corner. But then again, Felix makes another mistake. And by correcting that, then went to hit Podge. Nothing really Felix could have done. But this has helped the likes of Sub-Zero and Gizlodian to pull away. They're now over a second on these guys. 2 seconds is together. Mohamed Guna is going to make a move now on Maggi. I just spotted that just right in time. So Mohamed Guna up to P2. Maggi now moving down to P3. So again, medium tyres coming into effect at this stage of the race. So expect Maggi to come back at these two in the later stages of this Grand Prix. Obviously, depending on the safety cars on that today. Bobcat trying to make a move on Golden Wolf. And we've got Red Bull going wide there. I believe that is Kilbert. As Felix has made a mistake. Felix has made a mistake. He's gone down to P9. He was battling with Podge, so maybe a bit of contact between these two. Or Felix has just lost it on his own. And now Kilbert is now round. In the same corner, Felix lost it. Maggi about half a second on Mohamed Guna. I think Maggi would just again just try and stay within Mohamed Guna's DRS. This will help him a lot at the later stages of the Grand Prix, of course. So Maggi is a good use of the hard tyres at the moment. Sub-Zero right behind the Gizlodian right now. Bobcat, third person now to get the 3-second time. I believe Sub-Zero gets a good exit. I believe he will be going on for a move on Gizlodian. DRS wide open, of course. I think, yes, Gizlodian is going to go defensive. And Sub-Zero gets the move done. Pretty easy, to be fair, for him. So that's him up to P4. I think Kilbert has made another mistake. Maggi able to stay within the DRS of Mohamed Guna. Mr. Wiggles not really pulling away. It was about 2 seconds earlier ago, but now it's gone down to 1.5. So Mohamed Guna looking stronger than Mr. Wiggles at this stage. We'll go with Podge, as Podge is now behind. Gives no deal. Dan, he's up to P7 at the moment, so he made a good recovery from the back. And after, I'm guessing, rushing out in qualifying and starting right at the back. A good drive so far from Dan. I think the pit stop stage will be coming very soon. Podge nearly loses it on the exit. Very difficult corner, to be fair. You can lose the back very easily. So Dan's starting to close the gap on these guys as well. And we've got Super Wario in the pits once again on the 7-lap old soft tyres. I think they've probably given up on him already. That's offside for him. Good, Maggi just staying there with it. Mohamed Guna. Gap hasn't really changed between the top two. Podge getting really close to gives loading as well now. Gislodian, I think he has got DRS off of Sub-Zero. I think the medium tyres are starting to lose grip, as Maggi is only half a second off from Mohamed Guna, and Gislodian and Podge is now back in DRS of Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero was starting to pull away, but now Gislodian is starting to pull that gap back into him. As also Dan is actually losing times to them as well, so I think the medium tyres are starting to lose grip, definitely. And we've got again one of the Red Bulls rounds. It looks like Kilbert once again, so both of the Red Bulls not having a great time at all. Mohamed Guna and Maggi. Maggi actually got past Mohamed Guna. I didn't see that. I think Mohamed Guna probably made a mistake, but Mohamed Guna going for the move. And gets the move done once again on Maggi. Took 2 seconds to get between Mr. Wiggles and Mohamed Guna. It gets Lodian and Podge now fighting. Of course, these two being in SFR for I don't know how long now, longer than me, I believe. And these two have been on track pretty much every race since they first started off, I think. So I'm sure they know each other's driving style by now. So that's Podge getting past Gislodian for that P5 position. That's Dan. Who's that? Is that Dan? That's blah blah. Dan has spun around. 3-second penalty as well. I think he might have gone wide, probably hit the curb, and now he's thinking because of that spin, I'm going to come into the pit now and go on onto our tyre, try and get to the end. I think that is probably what I would do if I spin right there as well, because you're going to be on overheated tyres as well. So in the pits comes Dan. It might help him. You never know. Got guys now stopping. Golden Wolf has also followed him in as well. .6 is the gap between Mr. Wiggles and Mohamed Guna now. Go with Maggi. Mohamed Guna trying to go defensive by the looks of it then. So the guys on the medium tyres will be expecting to stop around about now. Dan, first one on the medium tyres. to stop, of course, after his spun. Mr. Wiggles, ooh, 3-second penalty. That might change something by the end of this race. As Mohamed Guna now comes into the pit, he's probably seen that penalty. Now he thinks it's probably the best time to stop now. Move Maggi up to that P2 position. Porsche only about 2 seconds off sub-0 now. As Mohamed Guna, he comes out in P8 in some clean traffic as well. He's got Felix being in front of him, but he's quite far ahead. And he's also on the medium tyres, so he's probably expected to pit very soon. Nearly at the halfway stage as well. There's still no retirement, so that's good to see. As the Red Bull's still struggling. I think that was Kilbert again. Spinning round. Yes, that is Kilbert really struggling here. 5.2, 5.3 is the gap now between Maggi and Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles looking strong, like he was in qualifying. Mohamed Guna is looking strong as well. So these three guys looking strong for the win here today. Close battle between these three as well. As Mr. Wiggles laps Kilbert. Kilbert looks like he's spun again. So he's really not enjoying life at the moment. Mr. Wiggles now comes into his scheduled stop. Maggi will now take the lead of this race. Won't be surprised if Kilbert now comes into the pits to retire. Felix comes in and Mark Werty. Will he come in as well? Kilbert has actually decided to stay in this race, so fair play to him. So, Mark Werty is the only one now on the medium tyres. Everyone else on hard compound tyres, and he comes as a Vicker just comes out just behind him. Sub-Zero looks like he's struggling a bit. There's a few on 12 with old tyres. As Kilbert has now retired on track as well. Here's the McLaren Bobcat. So where is Kilbert? There he is. And he's actually lost a tyre as well. So our first safety car of the day, which is going to help hard compound tyres, surely. They might struggle. I think they've got no choice now but to stop and go on to those medium tyres, really. I think I'll have to. What happened there? I know, yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think my controller like disconnected for a second or something then. Because I didn't even not press the PS button. Maggi actually going on to soft tyres. Same with Gislodian. Both Mercedes on the soft tyres. So y'all think I think blah. So they're gonna go aggressive now. The Mercedes boys. Mr. Wiggles and Mohamed Guna, they'll be starting. Well, they're not expected to stop one anymore. So it's just Lewis waiting for, but actually, to be fair, Lewis doesn't look like he's in the session. He is ghosted. Lewis has actually rejoined the session, so I didn't realise that he left the session, but until I actually went on board with him. But he's now rejoined the session, and I'll be back in his car shortly. So we're pretty much at the halfway stage now, lap 14 of 28. So pretty much half race distance completed. I don't like this front wing angle. Why is it giving me this for? There we go. No, no. Why? When my G is stuck done, it's going to be like that. Oh, I just saw some front wing fly off. Who was that? Lodi maybe? No, I'm trying to find out who's got front wing damage. There it is, Felix. Felix got some front wing damage, so he probably hit Dan in front. Maybe even give Dan some rear wing damage. No penalties given out though. So Felix will have to come in this lap to change his front wing, as well as making an unscheduled stop. And he used up his medium tyres as well, so we can't really go back onto them. I think he's going to have to do the aggressive style, and I'll go soft strategy. We're going to hope the safety car's not in this lap either, because Lewis is pretty much there. Otherwise this really is going to screw up Felix. Of course, has that happened in F1? It wouldn't matter if you've got wing damage like that. I mean, yes, a slight effect, but not massively, as we saw from Sergio Perez in the front wing over the weekend. He had damage like that, and he still came home in P4. No problem. And the game, on the other hand, wing like that, yeah, good luck. Safety car's actually in this lap, so he's going to come in really late as well. So Mr. Wiggles, he's probably going to follow corner. So Maggi's going to follow him quite easily, to be fair. Maggi on the soft tyres, so he's going to try and get past Mr. Wiggles as soon as possible. He's going to try and make a move by the looks of it. He is going to make a move. We'll go with Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles is going to try and get the cutback move, but he just can't get that grip as much as Maggi has. So Maggi is going to now try and pull it away as much as he can before he goes on to another set of soft tyres. I don't think he can get to the end at all on these tyres. McCarry with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as well. So with Biff, got a lot of penalties coming in already. Only a couple of guys now without penalties. Podge is all over the back of Mohamed Guna trying to get past him. Gives Lodian, and of course on the soft tyres as well. Felix has actually had to come in as well, so that's his race pretty much over. He just needs to wait for another safety car now. There is going to be one. Podge is going to try and make a move on Mohamed Guna. Podge looks strong, to be fair. Podge of course on the medium tyres as well. Gets the better exit, Mohamed Guna. I think he'll get the move done. Yes, he will. But Mohamed Guna will try and get back at him. But he can't really. Again, no, we can't. So Podge up to P3 now. Gives Lodian, of course, on the soft tyres. So we'll keep an eye out for him as well. 1.5 seconds is the gap between the top two now. Of course, Maggi on the soft tyres, and no surprise there with the fastest lap of the race so far. He gets loading right on the back here of the Sub-Zero. DRS still not enabled. Podge closing into Mr. Wibble now, so Podge looking really strong here. But yeah, it looks like Mohamed Guna really struggling on these hard tyres. He's just not getting any confidence at all out of these tyres. Podge, he's closing in Mr. Wiggles big time. So at the end of this race, well, Podge is pretty much now in contention for the race win. Depending where Maggi comes out in the pits, when he has to, of course, make his pit stop. As it gets loaded, it's just stuck in P6. He can't really do anything at this stage. They're all stuck behind Mohamed Guna. As DRS will now be enabled as soon as Maggi crosses the line with 11 laps to go of this race. There we go. This gets loaded again, really close to Sub-Zero. I think that is Lewis who has spun round. Yes, that is Lewis. Unfortunately for him, 2.1 seconds is a gap now. Mohamed Guna with the 3-second penalty. Of course, Mr. Wiggles with the penalty as well. So, yeah, Podge looking strong for this race win, to be fair. Mr. Wiggles all over the place. So both Mohamed Guna and Mr. Wiggles just don't look confident at the moment on these hard tyres as much as Maggi did. 3-second penalty from R14. Only another 4 guys left without a penalty. Lewis has made a mistake. Podge is now going to make that move on Mr. Wiggles. Gets the move just right easily, to be fair. Move Podge up to that P2 position spot. I think Maggi is now starting to lose time on these soft compound tyres. So you getting past Golden Wolf. Oh, I think Golden Wolf is probably going to try and get back at him, but he can't really, to be fair. It's an audience still stuck in that P6 position spot. When he gets close to Sub-Zero, he just backs out of the move because he's too close to him to get the move done. So I think it's loading pretty frustrated. If Maggi is already into the pit lane, I'm guessing he's actually going to go onto the medium tyres instead. Yes, he is, as he's only done 5 laps on the soft tyres. So Maggi, where's he going to come out of? P... Still cars coming. He's going to be about P14, P15. He's going to come out in P14 by the looks of it. He's side by side with Mark Werty. Mark Werty has gone wide. Dan now a 3-second penalty. So, yeah, 4 guys still. So actually have a look at your penalties. There are your penalties. So look, only 2 guys in 6 seconds. That's Dan and Sub-Zero. Podge and Mr. Wiggles again close to each other. Podge has just come out of nowhere. I don't even know where he's come from to even be in this position, to be fair. But, you know, good race so far from Podge. See if he can continue with this form with the win, as he hadn't had really much luck. Oh, Sub-Zero goes wide. It might give Podge a chance. Lewis is now retired in the pits. You get that horrid front wing cam. I don't like that cam. It's Mr. Wiggles the start. It's just staying with Podge at the moment. He's loading. If he can stay out for another lap, he can go onto the soft tyres and do the exact same stint he's just done on his stint. Of course, 7 laps a week, and he can stay out for another lap. Somebody's round. There's an Alpine round. That's Dan round. Dan's not having the race. Now his championship rival's now gone past him. That is something he will not want to say. Of course, Dan on the pad. He's normally on the wheel. Oh, I had a touch there from Bobcat as well, which forced him to go wide. But Maggi now is going to try and make a move on Biff. So Maggi makes that move on Biff. Vicker, of course, in third position in the championship, ahead of both Maggi and Dan, so he'll be making some ground on them both. There you go, Mr. Wiggles. So again, he's just in a DRS. Not really much happening between them two. And then these three, well, Sub-Zero and Biaslodian just stuck behind Mohamed Guna. They can't really do much, to be fair. As I believe Biaslodian will probably be pitting this lap to go on to another set of soft tyres. And he'll probably be out around about P13, P14 when he stops. As he's now over a second on these two now. Vicker all behind Biaslodian. Vicker might make a move on Biaslodian here. Yes, he will. Again, a really easy move as Mohamed Guna and gives Sub-Zero making moves. Mohamed Guna goes a little bit to wide out of that corner. Sub-Zero trying to get the switchback move on here. Again, trying to get the switchback move on Mohamed Guna. And again, I think Mohamed Guna will keep that P3. Yes, he will. Biaslodian really losing time now. And no grip whatsoever on the tyres and carry right on the back here. I believe Biaslodian will now be stopping. Yes, he pulls over to the left hand side to come into that pit lane. Now, Sefu, so Sefu moves up to that P7 spot. Maggi with the fastest lap. Maggi now up to P9. Chasing down Golden Wolf. So, Biaslodian has actually gone on to the medium tyres. And it comes out in P13 right in front of Mark Werty, just before a DRS straight as well. Train. Seguaria's 3-second penalty. Oh, Podge and Mr. Wiggles, they've just set change position as well. Sub-Zero, Mohamed Guna, they both made contact there. But I don't think they didn't get any damage, so I think they're both alright. So I think we'll keep with this battle for now, or should we, as Vicker gets past Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero not having the grip through the long right-hander. And I believe somebody just come into the pits. Yes, Sub-Zero has just come into the pits, so I think he did get some front wing damage. Goon up, by the looks of things. So Maggi really has pulled on to Golden Wolf. It was 2 seconds last lap, I believe. But yeah, now under a second. Trying to get past Golden Wolf as soon as possible. Without a penalty as well for Maggi. So it's over a second now between these two. Go back with Maggi. Golden Wolf goes wide. I think Maggi should get this move done with the DRS. And there we go. First goes Maggi on Golden Wolf. Next up for Maggi is Safiu. Of course, Safiu with the penalty as well. 3 seconds. These 4 drivers here: Mohammed Guna, Bicker, McCarry, and Safiu, all on the 3-second penalty. And McCarry really close to Vicker. The stage of the race, I think, is the crossover between hard and medium tyres. McCarry pulls to the left hand side to get that move on Vicker. Vicker's going to try and come back at him though. McCarry gets a better exit and McCarry moves up to P4. Podge just over a second on Mr. Wiggles. Podge looking good for that race win. All you need to do is keep it within the 3-second mark. Of course, now it's a crossover point between the medium and hard tyres. The hard tyres are all now starting to get a little bit quicker than the medium tyres. Dan 9 seconds worth of penalties now, so at this stage he will not be finishing in the points, I don't think. Harry losing the DRS on Mohammed Guna. Vicker P5. Maggi 1.7 seconds away now. Sub-Zero 3-second penalty. Podge just around about that 1 second mark. Podge looking good for that race win. Of course, Mr. Wiggles is a 3-second penalty at the moment. But of course, it's the crossover point between the medium and hard, like I said, so the hard tyres will be starting to be quicker than the medium tyres. So Podge, he just needs to stay calm, stay consistent, and be within that 3 seconds. There's no need for him to attack. Of course, if he wants to, he can do it. It's completely his choice. But he just needs to stay within about 1 second, and I believe he should be comfortable with that. So everyone's starting to spread out a bit now. Sefu, just about a tenth on Vicker. Really wanting to get past Vicker. Mad G is now there as well. Biff with another 3 second. Yeah, Mad G. He's now caught at the back of this group. And he's going to try and want to get these positions as soon as he can. We're already on like 26 or 28, so he hasn't got long to do it, but he might finish on the podium. At this stage, he goes for the move then on Sefu. Will he get the move done? I think he should. He's on the fresher tyre. Yes, he gets the move done, so that's Maggi up to that P6 position. Next up for him is his dad, actually, the Vicar. So Maggi is now going to try and get that move done on one of his championship rivals, as well as his dad. Yeah, so we'll try and get the move done as soon as possible on him. So we'll say with Maggi, as he seems the quickest guy on circuit at the moment. On that topic, who has got the fastest lap at the moment is actually Maggi with 37.3, so he'll be getting that extra point as well. If you want to get back to that. Oh, big news! Podge, he's on himself a penalty. Oh no. 2.5 seconds is the gap between them two. Right at the end there, Podge gets the 3 second penalty. Was Mr. Wiggles on? Is he in 3 seconds? Yes, he is. So, at this stage, Mr. Wiggles will now be winning this race as it stands, as Podge has just got that 3 seconds. Maggi is going to try and make a move on his old man. Will he get the move done? Side by side, round the outside as well. Great move there from Maggi, moving himself up to that P5 position spot. I believe he will be finishing P3 at this stage, if he doesn't get himself a penalty. Next up for him is McCarry. Three seconds, 3.3 between Podge and Wiggles. On the final lap of this race as well. It's gone quick. Very good racing between these GP4 guys as well today. Very clean, nice moves from them all. So Maggi would be looking to get past McCarry for P4, potentially P3, depending on his penalty situation, of course. And by that I mean he doesn't get himself a penalty. But McCarry seems to have got the better exit than Maggi. So Maggi would be stopping down in that P5 position. But we'll go with Mr. Wheels now. Mr. Wheels, he's been in the top 3, I think, all race. And yeah, he was definitely one of the favourites to become the winner here today. Mr. Wiggles then, he's going to come through the final corner and he's going to win the US GP. Congratulations, Mr. Wiggles. Podge Racing, again, excellent race from Podge. P2. Mohammed Guna will be finishing Maji, sorry, will be finishing P3 after penalty situations. Mohammed Guna P4, Macari P5, Vicar in P6, Safew in P7, Golden Wolf in 8th. P9 is Gizlodian. P10 is Biff. P11, ooh, that's going to hurt. Dan in P11, he's not going to finish in the points. So Maggi going to pull a 15-point gap on Dan, depending on Stewart's report and all that, of course. Bobcat P12, Mark Worthy 13th, Super Wario 14th, and Felix. I think he's probably going to go for fastest lap by the looks of it. Will he get it at the end? We'll find out around about now. But he is the last one to cross the line, and he does get the fastest lap. I just saw the purple massive black box at the top of the screen. So Felix takes the fastest lap away from Mad G as well. Driver of the day, Dan. Of course, Dan came from right at the back of the grid. But a very good race today from the GP4 guys. And personally, me being a GP4 steward, I'm actually quite proud of them. I'm not expecting any, well, not many reports from them this week. So yeah, interviews I will not be doing, because yeah, Mr. Wiggles P1, Podge in P2, Mad G 3, Mohammed Guna 4th, Macari 5th, Vicar 6th, Few 7th, Golden Water 8th, 9th is Lodian, 10th it's Biff. Then rounding out the rest of the grid, Dan in 11th, Bobcat, excuse me, 12th, Mark Worthy, 13th, 14th, Super Mario, Felix in 15th, 16th is Sub-Zero, Lewis 17th, and Gilbert in 18th position. So that's it then. It's been nice to be back on comms once again, but we are going to end it here. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, for the GP3 race between, wow, the dominance of J Sarge. Will he win another race tomorrow? We'll find out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.